హాయ్ హలో వెల్కమ్ అందరికీ వెల్కమ్ టు లైమ్లైట్ ఎపిసోడ్ 7. ఈరోజు వెరీ స్పెషల్ గెస్ట్ ఫర్ మీ. మీకు కూడా వెరీ ఇన్ఫర్మేటివ్ ఒక ఇంటర్వ్యూ మీరు చూడబోతున్నారు. హాయ్ అందరికీ, థ్యాంక్స్ ఫర్ జాయినింగ్, థ్యాంక్స్ ఫర్ స్పెండింగ్ యువర్ టైం. ఫర్ మా ఎవ్రీ ఇంటర్వ్యూకి మీరు స్పెండ్ చేస్తున్న టైం కానీ వీఆర్ వెరీ హ్యాపీ ఫర్ దట్. సో లెట్స్ జాయిన్ అవర్ స్పెషల్ గెస్ట్ టుడే. సో thank you for so much of love and kind. Thank you. Yeah. Here is our first guest. Yeah. Yes, sir. Hi, sir. Are
Hi,
you able
Bharat.
to hear my voice, sir?
Yeah,
Yes.
we can hear your voice.
Hi Bharat, good evening.
Navi?
Hi Sudhakar. I
Hey,
can hear you
Naveen.
both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely, sir. Can you see me, sir? Clearly?
Yes, Bharat.
We can see you. We can hear your voice loud and clear.
Thank you so much, sir. How are you, sir? How is it going in COVID times?
Yes, so far so good. You can't believe it is already 10 months, right? We started it
Yes,
in
sir.
last week of March, and we are already almost into February. So yeah, 10 months.
I,
No
I
one
see a
has-
lot. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead,
Sudhakar.
Naveen. No, I was saying that no one thought that something like this can happen. Even in the Steven Spielberg movies, nowhere this scenario was covered.
Absolutely. So even I was under the assumption that we will be called back to office maybe in a month or two when this lockdown was announced on March 22nd. But as Sudhakar mentioned, it's already 10 months and still we are unsure when people will return back to office. But on the personal front, I'm sure Sudhakar would also concur. Like it has been a great time for both of us because we were able to launch the guiding voice and we are able to reach many young people that are passionate about shaping their careers and all. So it's exciting. At the same time, it made us focus on something positive rather than worrying about certain things which we cannot change. And second aspect is it also prevented us from binge watching Netflixes or Amazon Primes
Okay.
for sure, right? So
Naveen,
definitely,
Naveen, speak for yourself. I am doing that as well.
makes sense. Makes sense. All right. Yeah.
Well, that's
With
all good.
every adversary, with every adverse situation, there is some opportunity, right?
Yes, sir.
How you take up that challenge and how you use it for your benefit is, defines your character. Is someone, some wise man said that, and I'm just repeating it. So it is an opportunity, and Naveen, can you imagine that we launched the guiding voice like 8 months back, man? 8 months.
And yeah, honestly, like we already launched 72 episodes and 13 have finished post production, and we already started reaching out to 20 another guests. And if you look at our guest portfolio, it starts with somebody who is studying their final year engineering till someone who has rose up to the ranks of a CXO and retired and now serving as a mentor, right? Mentor or turned out to be a coach, a leader, so on and so forth. So it is truly rewarding for both of us. I am watching for Sudhakar as well because we converse almost on day-to-day basis and all. So
Yeah.
excited to be part of this conversation, Bharat.
Thank you so much, sir. So before starting the formal interview, I'd like to introduce you first, Sudhakar sir, then Naveen sir, to our audience.
Mhm.
So here on the left side there is Sudhakar sir with the blue T-shirt. Yeah. So, once please say hello to our audience, sir. Sudhakar sir, please.
Hi everyone, nice to be
Yeah.
here. Looking forward to having an interactive session.
Yeah, thank you, sir. And I'd like to say some words about Sudhakar sir. He is working as a global head. I think it's a very big opportunity for me to talk to you, sir. Thank you so much for joining your hands with us. Global head at. Sir, are you able to listen to me?
Yeah. I can hear you. Continue, please.
Thank you, sir. So highly profiled individuals are talking to me. I'm very happy about that. Sudhakar sir is a global head. So it's very honor to be talk to you, sir.
Thank you, Bharat. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you. Yeah, sure, sir. So, Okay. So, what is your first thought of guiding voice?
Oh, when we were talking about guiding voice way back in 10 months back, last March, right after the lockdown, Naveen and I, in our regular conversations, in one of the conversations, we were talking about, hey, we missed the opportunity this year to interact with the current generation. That is what Naveen and I refer your generation, Bharat. The current generation, the interactions that we had, by visiting the colleges and all. So Naveen and I were talking about this, and Naveen came up with this idea that why don't we utilize the same platform that we already used some time back. So not sure if you are aware, when Naveen and I were colleagues in the past company, we started a YouTube channel called The Faceless Voice, and it reached many audience, and the only feedback that we got, which was an opportunity for improvement, was about doing that in English, because it was actually a Telugu, chit chat. So Naveen said that, why should we consider this as a lost opportunity? Rather, let us consider this as an opportunity for us to revamp the platform that we already started in YouTube. So it was in last week of March 2020 that we started with this concept, and because it was more Naveen's brainchild, and I tagged along. So I will let Naveen speak more about that.
Okay.
Yeah. So first of all, it's not about a high-profile individual or anything. It's our pleasure, in fact, to interact with each one of you, because Sudhakar and I share the same passion, and we learn from each and every conversation, whether it is a first-year engineering student or somebody who is a school student as well. So that's the kind of attitude which is keeping us move forward. And to talk a little bit about this, the guiding voice, right? As Sudhakar mentioned, like we are tied up with so many engineering colleges and B schools. Like we are empaneled as a corporate mentors separately with the B schools, not only in Hyderabad but also in Bangalore. And we keep doing these kind of sessions, knowledge sharing sessions across India virtually, and at times before the COVID and all, we used to visit the colleges in person. And only thing that was on our mind is, in case if we are able to visit these colleges, right, even in our lifetime we will not be able to cover all the colleges, right? Whereas if you have a forum like podcast or something, we are able to spend the same amount of time, but we can increase our reach, wherein
Yes.
instead of reaching 500 people per week, right, we can reach few thousands of people per week, and this will keep on going, and it will keep building the momentum, and wherein we can achieve the tipping point. And in this journey, we initially approached a few of our friends within the network. And when I say friends, we started right from our school friends, and then intermediate friends, and then engineering friends, and then friends from the previous organizations, so on. And good thing is, everybody we approached, nobody said no. Guys, this is a noble cause, let us move on, right? That's the kind of energy which kept on igniting and which kept us charged, and we are able to uh, reach to a stage where we are proud of what we have done in the last eight months or so. But at the same time, we are not complacent. We have a very long way to go, because our goal is to reach minimum of million people, okay, through this global, through this podcast series, and not just India but across the board. So if you look at some of the numbers, right, we have already reached 780 followers on LinkedIn, and 378 on YouTube, and about 76 followers on Instagram, 296 followers on Facebook. And these numbers are not small, right? We wanted to grow small, but at the same time, we don't want to be complacent, because sky is the only limit. And all this is happening because of passionate people that are coming forward to share their knowledge and wisdom, and who are equally passionate like us in terms of sharing their knowledge and wisdom, right? So
Naveen,
probably I'll pause here.
yeah, Naveen, one point there. Of the 72 episodes that we already released, if
Yeah.
you remember, if we look back, at least 10% of them, like 8 or 9 people, those are the guests who approached us proactively, saying that, hey, on LinkedIn or on YouTube, we saw what you are doing for the society. We saw what you are doing for the college students and young professionals. So that actually gives us the opportunity that, hey, we were always looking for this platform and we want to be part of this noble cause and part of your journey. So be it from Bangalore, not necessarily taking any one guest's name because that won't be fair for rest of the 71 guests. Be it from Bangalore, be it from Pune, be it from California, be it from Australia, be it from Germany, be it from Singapore, be it from Dubai. These are the guests who came to us saying that, hey, we liked your methodology, we liked your approach, we liked your thought process, so we want to be part of that journey. That I would say is more success for us because someone completely not known to us, having that same thought process and appreciation and seeing it from the same lens that, yeah, this is a good noble cause of giving back to society.
That's really great to hear, sir. Really great to hear, sir. So one thing is, the Guiding Voice have made almost 72 sessions. So all over the world, there are guests who came and talked to you and talked to the audience, talked to the students and professionals. So what is your objectives and main objective of the Guiding Voice? So first, Sudhakar sir, please.
Yeah, let me take a stab at it first. Our objective is to reach minimum 1 million followers for our podcast series. It can be on any platform because we are available literally on every social platform that you can think of, be it Pinterest, Insta, Facebook, LinkedIn. We have YouTube. In addition to being it on Apple Podcast or Savan, anything of your choice. So first of all, our target is to reach that 1 million target, 1 million audience or followers. If we, every time we record, we spend the time, our personal time during Saturdays and Sundays like this. And every time we record, Naveen and I talk about only one thing. With this episode, if we can influence at least one individual to change the course of their thought process or their approach towards life, for us, that is success. We don't need anyone to comment it saying that YouTube, hey, Naveen or Sudhakar, you guys rock. No, we don't need that. If someone can listen to that podcast and someone watched it and understand that, oh, okay, there is this opportunity for me. You are talking about, in the digital transformation. Oh, artificial intelligence. I think there is an opportunity for me to go ahead and, double click on, the digital transformation, artificial intelligence, or virtual reality, augmented reality, Internet of Things. Any of these things, if any one individual per episode is successful, till today we released 72. So if there are 72 individuals across the globe whom we don't know, they don't need to know us. And if they see that positivity, for us, that is success. Because with that same thought process, if you see our two channels, one is the Faceless Voice, the second one is the Guiding Voice. If you see, nowhere you see the name or anything. Now, because of the social network and we need to, bring it to the audience, that is the reason you see us tagging. But otherwise, if you see our earlier, journey, you don't see any name or any, location or anything. If you first listen to the, the Faceless Voice, you will just see two individuals doing that chat. That's it. Because that we are not looking for, hey, Sudhakar, hey, Naveen, you guys are doing good, bad, ugly. No. If there is an opportunity for us to improve, definitely, by all means, because no one is perfect and no one is us, we too, Naveen and Sudhakar. We are not perfect and we do know that. And coming from, Bharat, coming from, the small tier 2 town, I would say, or village, we definitely understand the what opportunities we lost by not having anyone to guide us. So, not taking anything away from the relatives or friends who helped us, but if someone helped us at the right time, in the right direction, if someone showed us, we believe that we could have done much better. So now, thanks to the current generation and thanks to the current technology that is available, we believe that with whatever knowledge we have and with the extra knowledge that we get from our guests, if that can help even one individual per episode, for us that is a huge success.
Yeah. Just to add to what Sudhakar has mentioned, right? It's all about dreaming big. Because have you ever I'll tell you honestly, my own podcast listening journey, like I started about 8-9 years ago, and precisely 8 years ago when I bought my first car, and my commute time to office was about 40-45 minutes. Usually people use that time to listening to radio or probably some MP3 songs, right? But I used to listen to podcasts, but I never thought I would be launching my own podcast one day. But I have a dream, okay, which I keep telling to my people, and Sudhakar is also aware. I want to get into a car, okay, and some random guy, I should get into a car where the Guiding Voice podcast is playing. And I'm sure we will reach there. And the reason I'm talking about this is, we have to dream big. Only when you can dream big and when you can visualize things, then only you are able to achieve your vision. Honestly speaking, right, especially I come from a very humble background. And people will never ever imagine that somebody can influence people across the globe, but that is possible. And we wanted to prove that with Guiding Voice. And not only that, the synergies that are happening, not just within the network, but outside the network. As Sudhakar mentioned, we came across certain requests asking them, like some of the guests approached us, hey, can you guys invite me as a guest, or I would like to be featured, right? That itself is the first step that we have achieved as a success, and there is no limit as such, and we wanted to inspire as many individuals as possible to dream big and achieve big. I'll pause here.
Quoting Sudhakar's words that so quoting Sudhakar's words that we don't want any kind of name or means any kind of recognition that we want. We just use souls to give back to society. It's very good to hear, Sudhakar sir. So I think so this podcast will make a sensation in a very few days. So because you are going very good content, so which is essential these days for every individual to grow in this, not only in IT corner as well as students also. So that is very happy to be part of this session, sir. So I'm quoting Naveen sir's words that you came from a humble background. Yes, sir, right, sir? Came from humble background, but
right. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yes, sir. So, did that background influence you to start this session?
Not just this session as such, but I'll be very honest here. Like the other day, I was listening to when we were interviewing Sri Ratna Swamiji, one of the co-founders of Thyrocare. That episode is yet to be released, but I want to share some of the words which resonated with me and Sudhakar especially. If somebody wants to grow, right, they have to have that burning desire. And one of the ways of having that burning desire is you have to experience lows in the life. Like I have experienced that lows in my life multiple times. And that's why I have that burning desire wherein I can influence my next generations with my achievements. Right. So definitely humble background has helped.
Yeah. And also have the appreciation of what we have, Naveen, than what we don't have.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, sir.
Hey, Bharat, how about you? What prompted you to start this SAD Studios, and why it is SAD, and what do you want to achieve?
So, coming to my thing is, no one asked me this question actually. Actually, this is not my idea of starting, not my idea, sir. This is Adar's idea of doing SAD Studios. It is not SAD actually, it is SAD.
Okay.
There are three names, Suchit and Adarsh and Dasari Bharat sir. These are three names of the admins of this Instagram handle. That is actually SAD.
Okay.
Not
Awesome.
SAD. Yeah, yes, sir. So I have recently joined this Instagram handle. So actually, this was actually Suchit and Adar's design studios actually. So, but I came and joined recently and turned this into As AD for D for Dasari Bharat sir,
That's
and
the
start this
Awesome.
session. Yeah, yes, sir.
Awesome. Awesome.
So I came and joined and start this interview sessions here, sir. So
excellent.
So if I
yes,
can
sir.
make a comment, rather than calling it as a comment, I would compliment Bharat. Not only you, there are passionate individuals like Yashwant Sai Palagat. He is the one who connected
Yes,
both of
sir.
us, right? And similarly, Parth Doshi, Sharath Raju. There are few individuals, right? They are still in their 20s, early 20s, or probably mid 20s. And
Yes, sir.
at times, right, we wonder how come these guys are so passionately doing this kind of things. Okay,
At this
I'm
age,
not sure at
at
this
this
age,
age,
and we at this age, and we really want to see where you guys will be in 10 years from now. But sincerely appreciate this kind of stuff
Thank
because
you, thank
this
you.
is very, very essential. In fact, I have felt the dire need of this kind of stuff during my engineering days. Probably that might be one of the motivations where I always try to bridge the gap between industry and academia. And you guys started this during your final year engineering itself. So kudos and keep doing this.
Thank you so much. So we'll keep doing this.
and Bharat,
And
remember one more thing. At least I
yes, sir.
can't talk about Naveen. When we were, at least when I was at your age, I was not this forthcoming. I was always forthcoming, but I don't know. Of course, you can say at that point of time there was no social media, but yeah, what you do is really amazing. I think it was Steve Jobs, right, who said people who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are the ones who do.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
absolutely good. It is a very good start, and don't stop. Sometimes
Definitely,
when
sir.
I talk at 18, 20 years age, if people start doing it, I don't know. After 35 years, people might become Swami Vivekananda and all. But that is the beauty of life, right? When you start, you have ample opportunity and ample time for you to reach that pinnacle.
Yes, sir.
And the advantage that the current generation has is that the pinnacle is getting redefined with every passing moment, if not more frequently, because no one thought there can be $1 trillion company. No one thought that if you start something today, in 3 days, you can reach 10 million followers. That happened to Pokemon Go. No one thought that if you start an initiative today, half of the population will come behind you. That happened if you add Facebook, Twitter, Insta put together, all the social media and WhatsApp. About 75% of the population, world population, are following these 4 channels. So the point is, the pinnacle is getting redefined. So you have got ample opportunity and time to move there.
Yes, sir. So, and one more thing to add, sir.
And I have a suggestion. Yes. Yeah,
Continue,
go
sir,
ahead.
continue.
Maybe I'll chime in. Okay. So, since Sudhakar spoke about Pinnacle, right, and probably you guys might think about Nirvana sooner than later or whatever. But before you stop, influence few people who can act like you. Okay, that would be my one piece of advice. And definitely, this kind of mission should carry on, right? Because this is very, very noble. No, we are not going to get millions of dollars in return or something. But as Sudhakar and I always discuss, right? Even if one person changes their decision and if they think, okay, I happen to listen to one of the episodes or I happen to attend one of these sessions hosted by Bharat and that changed my life. And definitely they will be quoting somewhere and we don't have to be aware of that. So
Yeah.
definitely inspire a team of individuals who can dream more, who can achieve more, and who can take this to the next level.
Yes, sir. Definitely, I'll do that, sir. My first idea when I want to start these interview sessions with individuals who want some kind of respect and recognition in the society is, so I was a student. I wrote a book called Beauty But Not For You. So I want to publish, sir. I want to publish it.
Awesome.
So anyway, I reached so many publishers, but they asked me for money.
Okay.
So okay, I was okay with paying money, sir. But one thing is, who will buy my book? My friends, my family. So rather than my friends and family, who are going to buy?
Yeah.
So I need some identity which I want to create. Though I have the content to publish my book, So I need some kind of identity. So people lack that kind of identities, even though they have content. Just like Yashwant Sai Falgar sir and some directors I have interviewed, they have the content, but they don't have some identity to come out and show themselves up in the society. So I got this thought: why won't we start? So I need some identity, but so why don't we start? Let's start with within ourselves. So
Yep.
I got this idea there. It was there in my mind, but I didn't get any opportunity. So SAD Studios gave me that opportunity to start these interview sessions. So thank you for the others for bringing me in, sir. So that was the point.
Okay, so kudos to both your friends. And one other thing I would like to mention here in the context of these sessions and all, try to maintain consistency because consistency is the key. In case if you're consistent, then people will think, okay, this guy is very serious about you, right? So probably start giving numbering to your episodes. That would be my another piece of advice, not one piece of advice. But I'll stop here. Maybe we will let you talk and ask questions.
Or actually, we can ask the audience also if they are interested in asking. But one point to that, two great points that Naveen talked about. One, being consistent. Second, sequence it. Then if someone wants to refer, they can always refer to that 37th episode or this 51st episode like that. The third thing, in corporate world, Bharat, you are still getting into the corporate world. Amongst Naveen and I, we have 40 plus years of professional experience. In corporate world, we say one thing: no surprises and be predictable. The moment you and your team are in a stage where you are predictable for your success or failure, and the less surprises you and your team produces and introduces to the system, the more you will be appreciated. Because no one, be it on personal front or professional front, no one wants surprises. When I say surprises, like it's not about you throwing a party to, a surprise birthday party to your friend or your girlfriend or your classmate. I'm not talking about that. Those are pleasant surprises. Assume you want to give a surprise. You are now in Nellore. All of a sudden you think that, hey, let me give a surprise by visiting my friend in Hyderabad. You knock his door and you get to know that he is actually in Tirupati. It's a surprise. But unlike the surprise birthday party you throw to your friend or brother or sibling or some family member, this surprise is not the one that you want in your life. So predictability, like Naveen mentioned, have a sequence so that people can refer. Hey, in that 37th episode, in the 15th minute, the quote that you mentioned was very good, Bharat. So give that opportunity for others to refer. Third thing,
Definitely.
ensure that you have that with the first point of consistency, you become predictable. And that helps you both in personal and professional front. Again, I'm not saying that stop surprising your friends or family members. Those surprises are good to have, but these are different surprises as we understand.
And I have a
Thank you
point
so
to
much for
make
your
on the I have a point to make on the surprise part. Right, surprise with some wonderful ideas. Then
Yeah.
then definitely things will fall in place. Okay, and
Yes, sir.
today, honestly, like world is so open, and we have so many avenues, and even the leaders in the corporate industry, right? They're groomed in such a way that they're receptive to the ideas, right? So we should always be questioning the status quo and come up with something. No matter, don't worry about whether it is going to work or not, or whether my boss is going to like it or not. Just bounce it off. Then later results will follow. Okay, that will be my piece of advice on the surprise. But concur with what Sudhakar has mentioned, because we should definitely be predictable. In case if you are not predictable, it won't make any sense.
Thank you so much for valuable session, sir. Thank you so
And
much.
probably, we can take some questions from the audience, or if you have
So
any
before
other questions, we
going
will.
to the Q&A session, so one question from my side, very personal question, sir. So we have discussed that question also. Question is, sir, why not many entrepreneurs in India are emerging? So why is that reason? that you think?
Okay, Sudhakar, you want to go first or me?
Yeah, you go ahead, Naveen. I will chime in.
Okay. Okay, honestly, I have a neutral opinion on that. I cannot say there are many entrepreneurs, or I cannot comment that there are no entrepreneurs as such. But I'll give you some scenarios in terms of how things have evolved. Okay, in the last 20 years. Like I graduated from my engineering in 2003. Okay, and at that point in time, we only had an objective of getting into a corporate job. Okay, when I visited High Tech City, only Cyber Towers building was there, and the Cyber Gateway was under construction, and TCS building. Okay, the TCS building, the one which is I don't remember the exact name. Probably it is called as Deccan Park, if I am not wrong. That is on the Madhapur High Tech City Road. So if you observe any of those companies, there were like 500 to 1,000 people standing in for attending fresher interviews and all. And the only reason is we had that kind of herd mentality at that point in time, wherein, okay, for example, like if you consider our parents, if at all one of the parents said, okay, my son or daughter got a job in TCS, right? And that parent used to influence his child, whether it is a boy or a girl, saying that you should also get a corporate job. And especially at that point in time, Satyam was a popular company, right? In case if somebody is not working for Satyam, no matter how big the other companies, they think, okay, this guy is not working for Satyam. Okay, that's the kind of attitude we had. So herd mentality is one thing which is.
Sorry. Naveen, sorry to
Yeah, go ahead.
sorry to cut the thought process. I want to tell you one story. On the same example with the same company, I still remember this. I think it was 2001. I was in Delhi with Gail,
Okay.
and I landed in Hyderabad. Ahead of me, there were three just college pass out. They're coming from BITS Pilani. One of those kids' father came to pick that person up right in front of that old airport, Hyderabad old airport. I was waiting for my friend to come and pick me. I was just behind them. You know, at that time, mobile phones and also were not that popular in 2001.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
were mobile
true.
phones, don't get me wrong, but not with everyone. So I was just following their conversation. I was like 2001, 3 years senior to them. Like I passed out in 98. They're just passing out in, I think, that 2001. So one guy, that father came and, hey, hello uncle. That guy was asking, that father, hey, where did you get the job? So this person, the son of the father who came, he got in Satyam. And this other person, I said there were two students. One of them got from somewhere. Other one was, he got it from Adobe. So his father's reaction was, oh, you did not get it in Satyam, is it? Let me see if I can talk to some of my friends to, influence. I still remember that so vividly because, like you said, Naveen, you took the right example. If you did not get job in Satyam, even if you got it in Adobe, even today is such a great company, and at that time it was like Google of the world.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So sorry to cut your thought, but I thought, when you
no
talked
problem.
that example, I thought.
I still remember. I think we discussed that in the past as well. Yeah. Okay, the point I'm trying to make here is one of the reasons why entrepreneurship is not so popular in India is we want faster results, and we have very less cushion for failure. Like in case if somebody is starting their venture, right? People want to see him as a successful person in the next 6 months or 1 year. That is not going to happen, and nobody is going to succeed with the very first venture. Okay, unless and until that guy has been breathing on that particular idea since the childhood. Okay, I'm not denying the facts. There might be situation, but that guy might be a visionary, and definitely it has been in that person's heart and soul right from the childhood. Okay, so entrepreneurship, right? It is a mindset. It is all about the willingness to take risks and willingness to influence someone, right? And then you are going to do wonders. And one other point I'll try to mention here. We, at that point in time, the 2003, 2004 generation that I'm talking about, right? We did not have this many avenues. In fact, we used to browse internet by paying 40 rupees per hour. And the speed of the internet at that point in time. Today we are talking about 1 Gbps, and even that kid will be frustrated if the video doesn't get loaded or if the streaming doesn't happen. But we paid for checking email, it used to take 10 minutes, guys. 10 minutes for checking a single email, right? That is not something which is not acceptable. But today we are talking about gigabits per second, and we have so many avenues. We have T-Hub, we have V-Hub. Every state has its own entrepreneurship development cell, but are we really leveraging it? And we have people like me and Sudhakar and all our guests that are part of the guiding voice who are willing to mentor you guys. It's all about just keeping aside the fear of failure and taking that leap of faith assumption, saying that I'm going to succeed and you will succeed. As simple as it. So entrepreneurship is there. It's all about a big bang idea that you want to think about, and at times it need not be big bang idea as well. It's all about solving a problem. You think about the world of Ubers or the Olas, which has been very well spoken and spoken a lot of times about Airbnbs and all, right? Those are not something which has fallen from the sky. Those are all the problems which have been experienced by people like you and me, and they came up with a solution, and they are the first ones to jump on the bandwagon, and they have implemented. Just it. That's it. So if you have any idea, don't wait saying that, okay, let me start in 2021 once the pandemic is over. If you are waiting for that, the things will never ever happen, guys. Right? So that's my take on the entrepreneurship.
Okay, sir. So your turn, sir. Sudhakar, sir, please.
Well, I think
Your
Naveen
take.
covered all aspects. I will just continue the thought that he mentioned in the last part. That is, there is nothing called perfect in this world, guys.
Yep.
Unfortunately, with our Indian traditional mindset, typically what we do is we always want to procrastinate to a point that, we will do it tomorrow, next week, next month. The question is why? Why not today? Why not now? The moment you first have that burn, that fire in you, that the burning sensation that I need to solve it today and now, that is the first thing I would say is the first step for entrepreneurship. Second, social conformity. Naveen talked about it. Just because everyone is doing it, do not follow the herd. I'm not saying just for the sake of it, do it different. No, that's called idiocity. We don't want to get into idiotic situation. But the point is, if you have that urge in you and you think this is actually going to solve something, jump into it right away and utilize the avenues that, Naveen talked about. So many of our guests talked about we want to mentor free of cost. Why? Maybe because they think that they reached that nirvana stage that they can give away something, or something like Naveen and I, we did not get enough or required support at whatever time. So we don't want our next generation to face the same problem. We want to do it for various reasons. Some people actually are doing this mentorship free of cost as their day job.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is the second part. Third and most important thing, every idea is not a startup. So if you see the topmost five companies that started as startup and grew, they always kept a business problem or a customer at the center, and then they tried to solve that issue. Bezos, you know how Bezos did it? He said, why should I be waiting in the line to get a book to be purchased? Microsoft. Bill Gates thought, why should I do not have my own personal computer? At that point of time, mobile phones were not there. So personal computer. Even dial phones were also dedicated. Like you have a phone, you have it in your house. But why can't I have mobile, computer at my house? Why should I go to mainframe center and only then I will be able to process whatever I want to process? Or Netflix founder, he went and hired a DVD which he returned a day later, and they charged him extra $1. And he is like, if I take something, why should I be paying extra? Why not I create a platform where the moment I have access to that platform, I will be able to access that content whenever I want to access. Steve Jobs, the person said, if I want the computer personalized, I want it to be the best of it. That is how he came up with the Macintosh. That is how he came up with the entire iSeries, the iPod, iPhone, iPad, and whatnot.
Yep.
So the point is, solve a business problem, have that urge in you, do not hesitate to seek help from the right people. Believe me, even US president has a consultant. Even the CEO of Apple has a mentor. Okay? Even Usain Bolt needs a coach.
Absolutely.
Not because they don't know how to run, because you always want that outside in perspective to understand. I did not realize that I use this word actually so many times. I did not realize that I, nod my head like this and not like this. That outside in perspective. In that context, it makes more sense. So take that advantage. These are the 3 points, that we want to highlight.
And one last point, and this is, I think, the core, I would say, don't run after the money. Think about money as a byproduct. Because if you observe Microsoft, right? Bill Gates has the vision of putting a desktop on everybody's PC, everybody's home or everybody's desk. Right? Later on, it brought him money and he has become richest person on the earth. And later on, what happened? He has gone into again Nirvana stage wherein he started contributing to the charity, setting up his own charitable trust, so on and so forth. So money will definitely come as a byproduct. And if you're into entrepreneurship, always think about profits as the last point. Because as long as you are able to win the customers first and make them bring more and more customers to you, you have won half the battle. And rest of the things will follow the suite.
Yeah, I think Sachin Tendulkar said it that, right? Hey, how do you feel to be rich? I never wanted to be rich. I wanted to play cricket. And because I was in India, the highest thing that I can ever dream for is to play and represent India.
Yeah.
After representing India, because of my passion, I started scoring runs. Because I scored runs, many companies reached out to me to endorse their products. And I picked the ones which I thought will be more meaningful and I can connect to. I never endorsed any liquor or something. So that is the byproduct. If you start looking for byproduct, and if you start looking for that, you miss the main story itself.
Yeah.
So it is like this. How is the movie? Popcorn was good. You don't go to movie for AC and popcorn.
Yeah.
You go to movie to watch this movie, direction, cinematography, hero, heroine, villain, dialogues, action, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And while you do that, you may get real good popcorn, real good comfortable seat. The moment you start enjoying the seat and popcorn, at the end you never watch movie. But be clear that I am going to a movie theater to enjoy my seat and popcorn. That is still fine. That is your informed decision. But don't go to movie and focus on the byproducts, then you don't enjoy the movie. And I'm not saying that don't go to a movie theater just to have popcorn and AC. That is also fine. But that should be your calculated decision, your informed decision.
And as long as you can afford your time and money just to enjoy the seat and popcorn, that is fine.
That's fine. But that's your decision. So your product is what you went to, the reason why you went to movie theater is to enjoy seat and AC and, popcorn. Be clear.
Yep.
Yes, sir. You have to be clear and consistent to win the game. Yeah. So let's start the Q&A session from audience, sir. So I'd like to. So audience, please try to ask your doubts or questions, whichever you want to.
So guys, as we are opening the Q&A session, remember one thing. Naveen and I can speak English, Telugu, Hindi, a little bit of Kannada. Whatever you are comfortable with, ask. And if you have any preference on Sudhakar or Naveen to answer, we will be happy to answer.
Absolutely.
Any language is fine, because at the end, what we want to achieve is If you believe we will be able to answer some of your questions, that is what we want to do. So please feel free. Any language of choice, Telugu, English, Hindi, bit of Kannada. Go ahead, please.
And disclaimer, I don't know Kannada. Only Kannada questions to be directed to Sudhakar.
Okay, guys. So I'll be reading the questions, sir, once they asked.
Go ahead. In the meantime, Bharat, if you have any specific questions that you heard from any of your friends, any of your community,
Yes,
past episodes, we will be happy to answer.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. So my very personal question from my side, sir.
Go ahead,
So I'd
please.
like to start a publishing company. For myself first. First thing is, I struggle very lot to find a publisher. I struggle very lot to find an editor and all. So I want to start this company called some kind of name with publishing agency. So
Okay.
can you give me one suggestion that I can take?
I will start and I will hand it over to Naveen. Naveen and I are in the process of completing our books that we are writing together, and we already talked about it, and Naveen has some real good ideas there about how we need to bring this content to the audience. Naveen, why don't you go ahead?
Yeah. So basically, it need not be a book altogether. You can start small, right? In my opinion, start publishing a few blogs, right? And maybe you can get that kind of visibility on LinkedIn platform, because today there are so many different avenues, and the kind of interviews that are hosting through this thought leadership, right? That also gives you brand visibility. But blogging is one part, and second one, I have attended a master class, because these days every other guy is hosting a master class, and I happen to bounce on one of the master classes related to publish your own book, right? So Amazon Kindle is probably one area which you can begin with almost zero investment. And when you get when you get the book out, right, probably give first 100 copies for free, and you have an option to raise your price at any given point in time, similar to how Amazon plays with the price point of various products and all, right? So some around the publishers and all. So definitely Kindle might be one forum, okay, wherein you can start small, and probably in case if you think really it has to be a big bang publishing, then probably release it in the form of series, right? Maybe first few chapters as a Kindle part one, and as you gain popularity, that will also give you more confidence, wherein you can approach any of the investors saying that, my part one was sold on Kindle already, like it reached say 5 lakh people. Would you be able to invest in me if I want to go full-fledged, right? Those are some of the ideas which I can think of. But definitely we can take it personal. I can share you certain links which will be of importance to you. Did it help?
The thing is, I did publish already on Kindle and sold around 170 copies.
Okay. That's a very good start.
That's a good thing, and at the same time you need to keep on publishing about that, publicizing about the book, and get some referrals, get some ratings, because in the same master class that I was referring to, like they said, you need to get at least 100 reviews, okay, from your peers or from the friends and all, right? Because these days everybody is again thinking about peers' opinion before they make any decision, right? For example, if you yourself are planning to buy a headset, okay, which is released very recently in the market, are you going to just buy just like that, or are you going to go through the reviews and buy?
Yeah, we'll check the reviews first and we'll go by.
You'll go by the reviews, right? So similarly, you try to get some reviews from already people who have purchased your copy, or whether you have distributed it for free. Even at least 10% of the 170 people are going to respond and give you some positive comment, right? Then definitely it is going to help you out.
And see if you can come up with the version 2.
Yeah, definitely, sir. I'll come.
Yeah.
We got a question, sir. So we got a question from Laukia. Do you think technology changes people thought in this generation, like in a good way or in a bad way?
Okay, I'll go first. Instagram, do you think Instagram is a technology?
Yes, sir. Obviously.
Bang on, right? So,
Yes, sir.
what is the purpose we are using this Instagram for now?
Just for
So,
entertainment kind.
now this current situation, this
This time is
current
information, sir.
conversation,
Yeah.
information, right? Is it a good way of doing it?
Yes, sir.
Is it a good way of every person that is spending time with us now,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So it's all in our mindset and how you want to leverage it. Because every technology, every gadget, every tool, it has its own positive and negative. My only thing is don't get addicted to it. Make the best use of it. Use your own discretion and go for it. Over to you, Sudhakar.
I think you hit the nail on the head, man. Because see, it is always about you, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
If you are stuck in a lonely place for 12 hours, whether you want to use that 12 hours to write a book, to read a book, or to count the number of waves that are coming towards you from the ocean is up to you. So, all the times, technology, you know, Alfred Nobel, who, invented dynamite, invented it for the purpose of breaking the hill so that the path can be created. But what we are using it for now, we all know. The point is the same thing, the same technology, without being becoming addictive. If you can use it for the benefit of yourself and the larger society, nothing stops it. And it has, believe me, it has nothing to do with the generation. Because even if we believe, the last 5,000 years, or if you start thinking about Krupa Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Kali Yuga, whether you be it in the, religious side or science side, even in, Treta Yuga, you had Ravana who kidnapped Sita. Even in, Treta Yuga, you had monkeys who actually helped Rama in finding his wife. So it's all your mindset, how you want to utilize. It is always about you are in that junction every time, and it is up to you. You meaning us, because I am talking to you guys, I am saying you, but it is up to us how we utilize that opportunity.
Absolutely.
So, next question from the audience, sir. Nitish Verma is asking, how to overcome your fears of being an introvert? Your suggestions, please, sir.
You are talking to two introverts, man. You are talking to two introverts. It's again in mindset, I say.
Absolutely.
Can you,
Yeah.
okay, what's his name? I am not able
Nitish.
to.
Nitish.
Nitish.
Nitish Verma, sir.
Okay, Nitish, I will tell you this. I don't, I think it is true with Naveen as well. Up to intermediate, including intermediate, I studied in Telugu medium. Up to 10th class, I studied by sitting on the floor. The point is, I studied in government school, not ZP school. We did not have ZP school in the village that I, was brought up. We had government school. We were up to 10th class, we studied by sitting on the floor. So the point is, it is up to us how we take it from there. Naveen already touched upon that point. Whether you get stuck there, that, hey, I am from Telugu medium, I am from government school, what can I achieve? Or say that now I have the opportunity, I am already at the rock bottom. There is only one way, that is going up. Keep pushing, seek help, talk to people, utilize the opportunities, utilize the channels, podcast for help. Every week, willing to take 15 minutes of their time, 15 minutes of their time for you. Use that opportunity, use that to your benefit, and from there is only one way, that is going up. So introvert, extrovert, I am unable to speak, I am unable to, everyone has their own problems. Either you
introverts and the so-called extrovert or ambivert, right? Again, it is all the fancy terminology which the Westerners have given to us, right? If you observe our Puranas or if you observe the history, right, there is nobody called as an introvert or extrovert. As long as you are able to perform your duties well, as long as you are able to convey your message well, you are good. And don't get tagged yourself. And Steve Jobs was an introvert, right? Not every successful entrepreneur is an extrovert. Remember that, guys. Remember that.
No, I will put it this way. I will put it this way, Naveen. Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, even Intel CEO, our current CDK CEO, Brian BK,
Yep.
who said that introverts cannot be successful.
Absolutely.
And Lalita asked this question, Naveen. I want you to answer to this. Lalita's question is, we were always, taught to run for marks, but not for our wishes. Then how could we know our strengths?
Okay.
Great
See,
question,
there are.
Lalita, first of all.
Yeah,
Because,
Lalit. Yeah.
great question, Lalita, because many people have this question, but they don't ask. I'm glad you asked. Go ahead, please, Naveen.
Yeah, excellent question, first of all, because I'm not sure if what is the age group of all the audience over here, but in case if you have parents, okay, and especially if you have siblings who are studying in school, who are going to school or who are still undergoing some education, probably you have to carry this message to your parents as well. It's not about the grades or the marks that matter, and you don't have to be number one right from the childhood, right? It's all about whether or not you are able to understand the concepts and whether or not you are able to visualize them, and if you are able to relate that to your real world concepts, that is enough. Because at the end of the day, all I would suggest is I've been securing distinction throughout my career. I'm not trying to flaunt about it, but at the same time, I've seen few of my friends who just scored second class or probably who just passed or who just secured first class. They're earning equally, right? It's not about somebody who has scored 75% or 80% is going to score more. In my opinion, instead of mugging up the topic and instead of studying for the sake of studying, try to understand the concept and understand in such a way that you are able to explain it to a fifth grader or explain it to your grandparents. Then you have mastered the concept well. Because if you are not able to articulate your thoughts very well, which means you yourself haven't understood that particular concept, right? So grades are not going to be with us forever. It's all about how much influence and how much value add that you have brought to your life. And at the end of the day, today I was preparing my deck of daily quotes and I came across an interesting quote, and I'm trying to reveal that before it is getting published and all. So life is a kind of movie, right? Maybe after say 60 years or 70 years, in case if you get bedridden and suddenly you started visualizing about what has been your past, right? How you want to direct your movie, it's all in your hands. Whether you want to have a movie which is going to inspire people or which has a character, a Robin Hood kind of character, which is about stealing money from the riches and distributing to the poor, or if you have a Superman kind of character or a Shaktiman kind of character, which kids love and which will become part and parcel of your everybody's life, then you have won it, right? So likewise, we have to think differently and stand out from the crowd. So never ever bother about marks. But since we are in India, we all care about the minimum criteria like 60% or 55%. Make sure that you meet that, because unless if you don't meet that criteria, you will not be eligible to apply to certain higher education or apply to a particular job. So that would be my piece of advice.
Yeah, last point I will just rephrase. Unless you get that 55-60% mark, you will not have the platform to showcase your skills and talent. So ensure that you get that bare minimum thing. After that, who is stopping you? And even otherwise, Lalita, assume that there is one person or one student who did not even pass the engineering, but he or she is extremely good in Google coding or identifying the bugs in the platform or in a program. Luckily, in the current generation, you have that opportunity to earn lots and lots of money because using the technology. And why I'm talking about money is sometimes people say, that they measure the success with the, there are only three places that you can measure success, right? Fame, popularity, money, right? So because money is one of the degree, there are people who are able to earn it. And earlier it was Steve Jobs and Bill Gates that we were using, to quote. Now, thanks to this connected world, digital world, even people in India are able to do it. If you go through the newspaper, someone in 11th grade actually got the scholarship because he found a bug in Chrome or something like that. So don't think that getting marks are only the criteria to get into a job and grow in the professional world. Okay, Naveen, Rudra Srinivas has this question. What are your thoughts on e-commerce?
Yeah, I would say this is the right time to be in the e-commerce space because world has changed. If you look at the last 9 months, how things have evolved, right? In terms of the people have broken the barriers of e-commerce buying because earlier people were skeptical about maybe I will get a fake product, maybe somebody will cheat on me, or maybe the products are of not that good quality if I purchase online and all, right? But those kind of barriers have been broken because of the pandemic, and definitely more and more people started leveraging these e-commerce apps, not just because of the discounts that are being offered, however, because of the comfort that is being offered, right? Because, for example, if you talk about my own evolution, right? At one point in time, I used to travel about 10 kilometers to get my groceries because I had ample time at that point in time and I wanted to save a few bucks by visiting a wholesale market or wholesale store. But later on, as and when I started growing in my career, right, my time has shrunk in terms of how much time I can spend with regard to this daily course and which can be outsourced kind of thing, right? So, first thing is technology adoption has become very cheaper, and second thing is the confidence on or the trust that the people are having on these platforms, and third one is everything is happening at their doorstep, right? So this is the right moment for anybody to get into the e-commerce space in case if you have some brilliant ideas. That's my take. Sudhakar, over to you.
Yeah, I think in the interest of time, I will jump to the next question because you summarized everything, Naveen.
Yeah.
Let me take a stab at this question from Raga Pranavi. I would like to know how you two guys stayed on commitment so well. Thanks for that question, Raga Pranavi. I'll answer it this way. Some time back, I read this story, I think a long time back. Someone actually said to his grandfather that, hey, grandfather, I always lose my pens. I always lose my pen. So that grandfather said, why do you think? I don't know. I am so careful about everything, but I keep losing my pens. So that grandfather got him one pen which cost 5,000 rupees. That's it. After 2 years also, that individual continued to have that pen. What is the moral of this story? What is the moral of this story? The story's moral is, if you are interested and if you are committed to one thing that you value, be it on the money side, be it from the relationship side. For example, this is gifted to you by your first girlfriend or something like that. The moment you attribute value to it, by money, by relationship, by any example, you guys are still in teens and maybe early 20s. That is the reason I am giving examples which are attributable and you can easily connect to. So the moment you value it, you will pay enough attention and you will take time. Life is all about priorities. So Naveen and I believe that because we did not get ample opportunities that we think we should have got, or we could have done better if we had those opportunities, we want to give that opportunity to everyone. And because we care for it so much, if Sudhakar is not there that weekend or Naveen is not there that weekend, we continue that recording, we continue our commitment with the guests, and we keep publishing those, weekly twice, podcast episodes. I would say that actually shows the commitment. So we value what we do. And because we care for what we do, we always have time to produce the episode that we commit for the weekends.
Absolutely.
Sai Pranav Rudra. On
Yes, sir.
which
I'll read it for
topics?
you, sir.
Sorry?
I'll read it for you, sir.
No problem. I will actually, on
Yeah,
which
okay.
topics does a software company hires a person for their job? No, yeah, go ahead, please.
Exactly. So one of the reasons why we have launched this Guiding Voice podcast is also the same thing. We wanted everybody to be aware of what kind of roles do we have in the software space, in the infrastructure space, or be it in the cloud space or the ERP, because it is an ocean, guys. It is an ocean. So now that everybody has access to some sort of programming and coding right from your schools and all, you start getting into your computer classes and give it a thought. Are you good at making PowerPoint presentations, or are you good at logic wherein you can build a program? And in case if you are given a hello world program, don't stick to that hello world program. Try to create a friendly ghost out of that particular structure. And in case if you think, okay, this is it for me, then you have to get into the development part of it, wherein you will have an opportunity to develop yourself as a software engineer. And let's assume you're good at fixing things on the hardware space. Your father has a bike and it has some troubles, and you simply go and clean the spark plug and you're able to fix it. And if you carry the same analogy to your computer, the desktop computer I'm talking to, it has some problem and it is not starting for whatever reason. You simply play with the wires and the cables, and you found a fix saying that there is a loose contact with one of the USB cables, and you fixed it. In case if you fall in this category, probably you can go ahead and apply for the hardware related courses, pursue those courses, and get into hardware and infrastructure part of it. And if you think, okay, I really wanted to understand the business side of it, how resources are being planned in an organization, how DMart is able to deliver goods at a cheaper price or sell the goods at a cheaper price compared to other market players, other players in the market, then probably you have to think about enterprise resource planning or the supply chain domain, wherein you have to enroll for courses like SAP, right? The most popular SAP or the Oracle ERP. So likewise, it all depends on what your interest is all about, and maybe you need to consult any of the experts who are already there and seek their guidance. But these are certain pointers which I can think of at this moment. And definitely what we will do is we are going to get some expert advice on the same question as well, and record it as one of the future episodes and host it on TGV for sure. And Sudhakar, probably you can add your thoughts.
Absolutely. Naveen, you talked about the technology aspect of it. So let me cover the, soft skills aspect of it.
Yep.
So guys, Naveen touched upon this topic already. One thing that we should be extremely clear when we are attending any interview is about communication. So people have this wrong habit of assuming accent as the communication. No, across the globe, within one country, everyone has an accent. So we have our own Indian accent. So absolutely fine. When we talk about communication, it is about clarity of thoughts and how you are articulating those clarity of thoughts. Those are very, very important, because you might be the best person on earth knowing how to solve a problem. But if you cannot communicate orally or written, there is no way for the other side to appreciate the skill set, the talent that you have got. That is the first point I would say. That is communication. Second thing, when you say you know something, you should know that. So what I generally have seen is people, I don't know where most of the people are from, be it Bangalore, Hyderabad, Nellore, Guntur, Ongole, I don't know where all you are joining. Generally, people in their CV publish everything that they see in a computer pamphlet. For example, in Hyderabad example, you go to Amirpet, they have a pamphlet. Java 123, BBC, .NET, ASP, Beans, Enterprise Java Beans, Cloud, digital transformation, whatever thing they have got in that pamphlet, they just paste it in the, in the CV. Don't do that. If you know only one thing, people are looking for only one thing from you. If you say, I know this, up to what level you know it. If you say, I am good at C, okay, what do you know in C? And there will be a question, okay, what do you know in C? I am good in, say, for loop, okay. How do you write a for loop for 1 case, 2 case, 3 case, 4 case? That is what people are going to evaluate on. So don't type everything that comes to your mind, and just because someone else has typed it, you also, the idea should not be to make the longer and bigger CVs. No, idea is to know 3 or 4 things that you can afford and be extremely clear in what you know. And definitely, if we are looking for a fresher, we are not expecting you to be, we will not be comparing you, evaluating you with a 10-year experienced person, because that's not fair, and corporates are smart enough that way. We will evaluate you from the corporate standpoint. We will evaluate you for your skill set that you claim that you are good at. First point. Communication, we already talked about. Third and most important thing, attitude. You can't put a number to it, but attitude is everything.
Yep.
How do you react when we give you a situation? And you know the best part? Interview panel asks you about your own experiences. How did you react? Now this star mechanism has come. How did you react when something happened? When your father said you cannot go out with this friend, how did you handle the situation? When your boyfriend or girlfriend said, let us go to that movie that you did not want to go to that movie, in your final year project, what was your contribution? It can be like 1%, but what did you do? Don't say we. No, what did you do in that we? So these are the things. And believe me, if you have right mindset, all these are common sense that I say. Whatever you claim you know, mention it. Be clear in your articulation and be clear in your communication. Third thing, show your attitude. Attitude means how do you react to a situation? That's it. Sometimes you need to be aggressive for a situation. If there is a thief who is putting his knife against you, his or her knife against you, definitely what you do, how do you react is something that is being evaluated. I would say Naveen covered the technical aspects. I just want it so that you have the mix of both of them.
And continuing on the attitude part, right? There is a saying, famous saying, it says skills can be taught, but attitude cannot be taught. Because attitude is something which comes with you through your upbringing, right from your parents, right from your school teachers, your siblings, your peers, your friends, and the kind of choices that you have made. Because you are an average of 5 people that you roam with, right? That is the statement that is getting very, very popular these days. And of course, but that is true, right? In case if you want to have the right attitude, be with right set of people. And because people are looking out for a person with a right attitude. When I say right attitude, I should have can-do attitude, and I don't want somebody to backtrack after picking up a particular initiative. And Sudhakar has been emphasizing, if you don't know, be clear about it and express it, saying that I don't know. But at the same time, try to express that attitude of learning appetite. Demonstrate that I don't know, but definitely I'm going to give it a try. Right? That will make you stand out from the crowd. Right? Yeah, I'll stop here on this answer.
Excellent.
Before completing the session, sir, one last question from my side. So, what is the vision of the guiding voice? What is your vision? Means the future plans. That's it, sir. What is your vision?
Sudhakar, go
Do you
ahead.
want to see?
Sure.
So do you want to make
Our
this
vision,
podcast
our
itself
vision
or?
is, yeah, our vision, Bharat, is to reach the intended audience. Our intended audience is the students who are in their third or final year of engineering or B school, and those who joined the professional organization in last 2 3 years, and now trying to understand the dynamics better, and they want to shape their career. See, initial 3 4 years of any professional engagement we call as job, because you got that job because you wanted to get into the mainstream and you got a job. How you convert that job into a career? How do you convert and evolve from a job seeker and job employee to a career guiding, for your career guidance? So our focus is primarily for these two sets: initial third or final year students, or initial 3 4 years of professionals who joined the mainstream professional journey. So
Yeah.
the moment we are able to reach out to them and get the feedback that, hey, I liked your episode 13, but 12, I think we could have covered ABC scenarios. That will help us in coming up with the new way of approaching the episode, inviting the right people so that they can actually help us. And down the line, we want to have such live sessions, Bharat, where it can be more interactive. For example, Lalita asked a question, Rudra asked a question. So we are looking for such questions so that we know what people are expecting from us and how we can shape up our answers in the form of the latest episodes.
Yeah. So, yeah, Sudhakar pretty much covered, and I would like to touch upon few other aspects. It should be a one-stop destination for all career guidance related questions, especially covering the IT field. For example, today someone asked us, okay, can you talk about RPA? We are not going to tell them what RPA. We say there is an episode number 9 which was hosted by us, and we invited Mr. Sharath Raju, okay, who spoke about RPA basics, cracking the RPA interview. Similarly, we have an episode on storytelling. Somebody says, I'm not able to articulate. I'm an introvert. This case is very well. Okay, even at the executive level. So likewise, there should be one episode for every question that somebody has on their mind. And as Sudhakar mentioned, in case if somebody is looking for more and more episodes, love we would love to invite them through our platform. And we recently started up one more forum wherein people can send in their questions directly through speakpipe.com/the guiding voice. All they have to do is just record their question, and we will get a trigger, and we are going to review the question, and that question will either be answered by me and Sudhakar or any of the panelists. But overall, TGV is going to be a very big platform, and we envision TGV on par with TED, the TED Talks. If you observe some of the coaches and the leaders, right? If you observe the leaders, what do they say? They say, if you observe their LinkedIn profile, they say 4 times TEDx speaker. Similarly, we want people to say 4 times TGV speaker or featured on TGV. That is the big vision that we have, and I'm sure we will be reaching that very, very shortly. We are very, very optimistic because this is something which is done through unwavering commitment and with a lot of focus and with a noble cause of helping the people that really need the guidance. Right? I'll stop here.
Okay, sir. So people are asking how to contact you.
Bharat, one final thing. Naveen covered almost everything. One additional thing: in case someone needs that personal guidance, like, hey, just guide us on whom to reach out, how to reach out, we are providing that opportunity as well. We are providing the opportunity as well that you can reach out to us with your question, with your concern, and we will be able to guide you, help you with our experience, or we will be able to direct you to the right people who are willing to spend that much time or that much effort to you.
So I'll put your emails and all in the description itself after finishing the interview, sir. So
Sure.
don't bother about it, audience. So I'll give you all the information that you need. So, okay, sir, let's roll it up, sir. So thank you so much for spending your time and words. Thank you so much, Sudhakar, sir. And Naveen, sir, thank you so much. Very pleasure talking to you, sir.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Bharat,
So
for
please,
taking time. And thank you for inviting us. We really appreciate the enthusiasm that you showed in initial part of our engagement, and also, the channel or the platform that you created. We
Yeah.
wish you all the best.
Yeah.
thank
So
you so much.
I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart. The reason is Sudhakar and I have been planning about hosting a live session ourselves for the last 5-6 months. But the moment Yashwant spoke about it, and the moment you spoke, you connected with us, we were very happy because we are trying to offload certain things of technology management and infrastructure piece of it. And we were happy inside. And at the same time, this is the first time we are planning to interact with our audience live. So it made me so excited. So is the case with Sudhakar as well. So thank you so much for the wonderful opportunity. And definitely we look forward for the questions. And in case if you want us to be part of any other future discussions, we would be happy to do that. And for those of you who have joined, in case if you think Sudhakar and I can add any value by being part of the panel discussions or being by delivering a guest lectures, we would be happy to do that. And definitely you can count on us because world is too small and at the same time world is too big in terms of the number of opportunities that we have. So we have only one life. So let us make it big. So thank you guys.
Thank you. We really appreciate you taking time on a Saturday evening, guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right. Bye guys. Have a good rest of the weekend and signing off.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, that's it for today, guys. Too much of information have been shared by our Sudhakar sir and Naveen sir. So please check out the interview. Check out the entire interview, please. It's a great session, actually. Thank you for the audience for your patience for this long time. Thank you so much. Keep supporting us, and don't forget to check out our The Guiding Voice on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, uh, Pinterest, and LinkedIn. You can check out the profiles of our Naveen Samala sir and our Naveen Samala sir and Sudhakar sir. So I'll provide the links and information in the description. Please check out and keep supporting us. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.